what happened to her? Then Maloba phone.
Oh, this guy Wheeler for the
Eh,
school holiday. He's still studying. He went back to school. So what Wheeler had for the school holiday, he's bored. So one put him how about the shoot? I don't know anyone to come shoot because a lot of people were Salgava popular the shoot. Some they're always busy. Some panor when we are free. They never came back. I was like, it's cool. So this guy, I don't know, not allowed him more TikTok. Actually, I'm the one who told him.
mm,
Nampunta Toga.
mm.
I remember this guy mo Twitter I know the guy. I've talked to him many times. Everybody you see on
Very
Twitter,
solid gent.
every guy you see on Twitter, every lady you see on Twitter, body farmer, mostly body Broiler, we have engaged in
Mm.
Twitter space. Then I told him about you. I would know these other guys who create content more TikTok. Ara man, I show one of your videos.
Mm.
Harman, I've been following this guy. No, I know this guy. Let's go and shoot this guy. I was like, let's call him now and kind of violin.
3 days ago, hey, you guys don't waste time.
We don't waste
Hey, yeah,
time.
yeah, 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 yeah.
what,
We're
what,
jumping in.
what if I die tomorrow, man?
No, I like that, man. I like that. No, I appreciate knowing you. Like, azare machagone. Ke no mo bona mo Twitter, no bona mo Twitter. Eh. Ke na le nakonyana sort of ke mo check or o tlhagang cause if you'll allow me, ne. Ke wa bona know this sort of arne popularity nyana, ne. E tla la bobedi mo life nyana. So, what I'm trying to say kore this Twitter account beginnerly a Twitter account before error I had to shut down because popularity didn't come the way I liked it, if that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to say, Kore, 4 years ago or so, deactivate and stuff like that. Like I decided that I'm no longer a Twitter user because at that time it was stupid popularity, man. I don't know. I'm gonna sleep. I know because I'm famous on Twitter. I'm just gonna tweet something and people are gonna be like, "Hey, come through to my place." So that type of fame, and I didn't like it. Lebanyana, you know, girls are just saying, "Hey," via inbox. Hey, I didn't like it. So at that time, and also I had just started my speaking career. I'm like, I can't have this type of fame while I'm trying to actually speak to people about things that change life. So fast forward 4 years later, this year, can I lay Twitter account because I feel like I'm ready to now start sharing things with people. Yeah, because I've been on the ground, I've been working on sort. So when I open my Twitter account, the only thing I must find as many poultry farmers as possible. So you are one of those. I want
that you found.
I want and then get Choma no. What's now? I mean, you mang mutana leta bagore. Like, I mean, why say what Twitter account? No one cares about
something followers there.
and those followers, I gained them from the fact that I host Twitter spaces with Sogan. So now these people here, maybe what something they like in there, he's also a broiler farmer. So they follow. But otherwise, no one cares about. So, Naki Vergisa was fire. Lena. Oh, a push. So, one day that I texted you, my brother.
No, I think we engaged on a Twitter space before.
Hey, American Horror one day. I decided I gotta engage on a Twitter space. Came work to Mango Bonoro, but Pelagara Twitter space. Oh, Hey, then he decided, no, let me hit up my brother. So I'm just saying already, that's how we got to, know each other last year sometime. And it's been, pleasant, man. It's nice, it's nice, my brother. Like, now we're here. Hey, the family. We with the brother there behind the cam. Anya go to This is the man who's doing, the things, making the pots happen.
Behind the pot.
Yeah.
So, Chief, I just want to know the journey how into farming. The beginning of you deciding to say, you know what, I'm going to Limpopo. I think you were staying in Pretoria at some point. You were working in Gauteng. Then decided to come back home, build yourself a chicken coop, grow some chicken, then hope that somebody will come and buy.
Mm.
Take me through that journey when you started.
Do you want my journey into how I picked the poultry business? Because that's a different short journey.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a journey of how I fell in love with farming.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there are two different journeys. The
How-
poultry journey is really a short one. Yeah.
You can give them both.
No, like it simplifies one.
Mm.
I was working.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna disclose
Yeah,
the
yeah,
name
yeah.
of them. But I was working. And do you want me to talk about? You'll ask me maybe when we go why I was working, whatever. But I'll let
Nah, I'm not interested in the working part. What I wanna know is from you saying now
the
I'm
working
gonna
part.
start broiler farming.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You'll understand. You'll ask me something relating to the working part later because it's actually a major part into why
You
I'm
started
in
farming.
farming.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So I'll summarize the journey for now. So I'm working. Say 2015, I just graduated.
Yeah.
I'm working, and the only reason I'm working is because I need money to start a business. Right?
Yeah.
So I know in 5 years I have to be out running a business.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm employed from 2015.
Mm.
So during the time I'm working, I need to learn business.
Yeah.
So I'm doing anything that is business related
Yeah.
so that I can learn it. Now I sell vegetables, fresh produce. Wanswara. Become a street vendor at some point. Decide to become that.
Yeah.
Then during my street vendoring, I'm like deal veg every day, my brother. Like I'm all of a sudden I'm in love with this vegetables.
Yeah.
We have Manaloto now. You understand me?
Yeah.
We form a very beautiful relation. You know, guys, what I think, ne? Honestly speaking. Ntlwaka se kgolo, Mara. What I can do.
Rain.
Hey, what I can do.
Now you hear Lbohomu, and you know we here talking farming.
So I ask you a question, Oroy. Where did you start?
All right. I was working now. I think. Yeah, no. I was explaining the part of working actually.
Yeah.
I became a fresh
vendor.
fresh produce seller, right?
Yeah.
So, kind of to market veg. 2019, I think. Yeah. Then it came more longer farming journey.
Started.
Yeah. Not the poultry journey specifically.
Yeah.
Farming journey.
Farming journey.
Yes. Why get a farming journey?
Yeah.
Because the one part that really inspired it was the guy started veg guy Tshwane market.
Yeah.
Yeah. So during the time I was selling veggies, I decided that lady organic products where possible. So spinach, he met this other lady, a supplier, span near me.
Yeah.
Then that lady, I don't know, supplier spa, supply loan. But then, supply spa at the time I wanted. So then I would have to sometimes drive out to the farm. More longer,
Yeah.
Now that's really where the journey
Started.
Yes, because now I'm
got
there.
inspired about being in farming.
Because now I'm there.
Yeah.
One of these ladies, you know, she was a black lady, over Supplier Spa.
Yeah.
But then she works with this other white lady. And this white lady is the one who's responsible for putting together organic methods to fertilizers, pesticides, So the nice thing about that thing was you'd find that spinach is
So it's too fresh.
Yes. So when I'm waiting there, spinach, then I get to talk to these ladies, you know, the owner of the farm, or this one, you know, the employee who's busy with, right? Well, it wasn't necessarily an employee because he's a farm owner nearby, so they work together.
So the plant this side and the plant the other side.
Now this lady, I'm asking her questions. Hey, what are you doing? They no, I'm putting together organic whatever to grow the plants to make sure they. Then no, all of a sudden, almost every Friday,
Yeah.
go collect the spinach.
Spinach,
Ne? It was part of my mixed veg when I was a street vendor,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm driving a Golf at the time. Driving there, when I come back, one spinach is it's fresh. Yes. But then, fast forward, I don't wanna, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying that is where the inspiration
The
came.
inspiration of being
Also,
farming
yes.
started.
Also, when I would go to the market, like China market,
Market, yeah.
Marana, I never look at the camera. It's not important.
No, it's not.
When I would go to China market in the morning, these big trucks, they're feet, man.
They're dropping off the product.
Yeah, Marana, I'm more inspired to who's the person who owns like this?
Who's the one behind growing these things?
So yes, then fast forward to say 2021.
Yeah.
Ne? For some reason, poultry came to mind to say you need to go into poultry.
Poultry farming.
Yes. No, 2021. 2022, I'm lying. 2022.
So you started last year?
No, 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, late 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the middle, actually, around July.
Yeah.
Over? June, July, there, I get obsessed with poultry. Read everything there is to read about poultry. I think, just something happened. But then, because I was employed, remember I told you already the part-time employment is important.
Yeah.
Yes. Where I was employed, that's not my fault.
No, it's not.
Where I was employed, I had an option to move from where I was working to the poultry side because there is a farm there, a very big farm.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah,
Very big farm. When I say big, I'm talking 18 broiler houses, 3,500 each capacity. You get me? Almost like 63,000, capacity of chickens. At any given moment, 10 of those broiler houses are full.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you went and worked there?
Yes. So now I went and worked there for a period of like 6 months.
Yeah.
Then after 6 months, I went and opened my own. So after 6 months, I resigned from my work completely. And I just took all of the money that I had.
Started your own.
Yes. And
So
then I came and started my own.
starting your own poultry. Now you have to build your own house. Now you have to buy your own feed, all of those things. How much was the cost for you from the beginning?
The cost,
For the house?
let's just say 35,000
to build the house.
Yeah.
It's for how many? What's the capacity for the
The
house?
capacity is 500 chickens. Well, okay, capacity, it also depends where you're from. So
Yeah.
let's say for where I'm from, because my temperature,
it goes with the
more
temperature.
more. Capacity it's 500.
500.
Right? You don't want to overstock it. Mara, somewhere else, more or it's a bit cold. You can do 600. So mine is 500, and then what is this? It's 5 by 10, 50 square meters.
So it costed you around 35.
35, yeah, including labor.
Including labor. Oh, you didn't build it yourself?
Ah, come on, me money. It's a work outside.
I thought you were a builder and everything.
No. Look, one of the right now as we're speaking, I've got a friend of mine who's gonna be coming in as one of the people whom I'm gonna be running the business with.
Oh.
So that one, because now at least I developed this and that at least skill. I know I can build it. Mara also.
So
roofing, obviously. It's like
So are you planning to build another house?
Yes, right. Like right now, as we're speaking this morning, I had went to do codes where I'm supposed to buy my plank and stuff. So yeah, I'm actually in the process as we speak.
So how difficult it is to grow chickens from one house? Because now you're recently having a one house.
No, it's very, 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 very difficult. You can't make money.
So basically now you're not making money out of it.
You can't. No, like the funny part when I say you can't make money, it's because of you know very well even.
Because
cash
of the time.
flow.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
cash flow. Because now you have to wait 8 weeks, 2 weeks for rest period, 6 weeks for rearing. So it's very difficult.
Yeah, so since you started, because I know a lot of people have been facing challenges. I'm one of those who faced challenges before. I got chicks that died. I think I had like 300 as a batch, and I lost like 50. And then when I posted on the groups, it's the farmer, some they said it's my bad management and blah 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 blah. But those who understand, they will say no, it's the problem with the HR. Around December time, what I know is that we get poor quality of chicks. Have you ever been through a season where you are having poor quality of chickens in your house? Either they don't grow in time, either they die, or the breed is not the one that you normally know. You know how broiler chicken are structured, and you know how layers chicken are structured. So you may find that the breed that they gave you, it's more like a layer, but they say it's a broiler. Even tastes like a broiler, but the body structure is a layer. Have you ever been through a season where in your farming chain face that?
You know, the part where you are asking about a chicken that is similar to a layer. I've got chickens like those now, sort of.
Yeah.
But then I didn't, at least luckily so, the supplier is, solid. It didn't take too long to grow. But in terms of bad quality of chicks,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was like, have you ever had like a flock where, say, they die too much in the first 7 days?
Yeah, and I had those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a batch like that. It was not very nice. Where in the first week in J, you can tell that maybe they missed a particular vaccination or something at the HR. I don't know, Mara.
Yeah.
They just
died.
But at least after that, nothing. So I would still say for me that was a very bad flop because they are discouraged. Like the first 7 days, we
Can
put
say that
everyone
again,
up
man.
and it delaying in the whole on Sarah. So we have been through that, Mara, not necessarily where the whole cycle, but then also let me come in there, or extended that part a bit. I think also it's because I'm very very strict when it comes to the
The management.
not the management, the picking of the supplier. You
Oh,
understand?
yeah.
So, for example, right now, where I am, I get my chickens 55 kilometers away,
yeah.
and I know a number of people around here. My lord, they supply day olds.
Yeah.
But why haven't I picked them? Because, for example, when you've seen my house,
Yeah.
I can't be in my house rearing whatever day olds and on. Then I want to sell them to people. Like
Yeah.
that's for me. That's
Yeah,
good
yeah,
enough for me.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is there are too many strict rules for being a HR. You can't just be residential and then. So what I'm trying to say, Gora, it's better when you've got someone who and then after
What has-
then that is just something a lot for me.
It's a red flag.
It's a red flag. So because of that, then I'm very strict when it comes to picking
The right supply.
so I think to a certain extent that has helped because even right now I'm on my second supplier. The first supplier I cancelled them completely. Why? Because he just didn't care about the business. Like I will explain. Maybe you can ask me later, or we can get to that part. The challenges. Mara, he just didn't care about the business and what the business is supposed to do, where it's supposed to go. What I'm trying to say, God, I'm so strict. They all supplier because for me it's a strategic type of it's a strategic side of the business. If I didn't spend 6 months picking the right supplier, I might die tomorrow. So it's better. So I don't think hopefully I'll never be deceived because Mara, I doubt I would ever get to a part where I have that problem because at least my suppliers so far they are solid.
Because with me, since I started farming, it's been 2 years now. I've been using one supplier. But the last batch that I got, and actually the last two batches that I got, were terrible. I texted them on WhatsApp, sent them pictures, the blue tick me. A month later, they text me back and they ask me how much chicken died. I tell them how much they died, the blue tick me. Up until today, they haven't said anything. So sometimes you may pick the right supplier, or you may find that at some point, even your supplier maybe got challenges and they don't share the problem with you. They just say, how How do you deal with those kind of situations? Because
So,
for me, seems like you had the same problem before.
all right,
That's why you left the other supplier.
all right. No, the problem I had with the other supplier
Mm.
wasn't necessarily of bad quality of chicks. It
Oh,
was the reason why I left them was because there was a time where I was supposed to collect chicks.
yeah.
Then they didn't have chicks. You understand?
And
me?
they gave you a date.
Um, I'm there, my man. Where I'm collecting, I'm there. I've
Yeah.
already driven like 45 Ks. So you understand where I'm going when I'm saying
Yeah.
when you don't care about the business. Anyway, we postpone the collection to next week.
Mm.
You still don't deliver on the day that you've postponed to.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that was the problem with the supply before. But
Oh,
I agree with you to say you can still have a problem of a supplier
yeah.
that like your own supplier maybe that has been supplying you for 20 months out of the blue now the challenges are lately. I agree.
Yeah.
But you know what I've tried to do in order to kind of avoid that problem? Well, not avoid it, mara gore ge e tlhaga, ke kgone gore ke se ka loser,
Yeah,
if that
yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. I don't work with big companies. I avoid working with big companies.
Supplier.
So yes, I'm gonna have someone who, if no kids 500 chickens more, for example, I'm one of maybe the top 10 big buyers, if I can put it like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So
no, I
now
get
they
you.
care about me because if they mess
You
me
are the
up,
biggest lie.
yeah, I'm one of the biggest. At least I'm in the top 10 because 5 boxes at least.
Yeah, yeah.
So where I'm going is now, this person can't blue tick me.
The guy replied.
Yeah, our relationship is too personal.
Yeah. If he loses you, he loses a lot of money.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are here. First of all, they are here with me because they are not a big company.
Yeah.
And then secondly, they see me. It's almost like they know when I text them. It's a big invoice.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not necessarily a big invoice, but
Nah,
it's something
it's a
that
pig.
registers on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
balance sheet.
Yeah.
So that's how I avoid it.
So between quality chicks, ne,
Mm.
or let's say between chicks and feed, which one matters in the poultry? In your experience, does feed count or does chicks, good quality chicks count?
I'll say I'm leaning more towards, right? Just if I had to give in terms of proportionality, I would say 70% for what is this?
Chicks.
For chicks,
Yeah.
yeah. And 30% feed. If I had to just say, let's say they were saying which one is more important.
Yeah.
But realistically speaking, it's both of them count. Ne?
Yeah.
But I think you could get away with bad feed if you have
Good quality chicks.
chicks. I think so. Obviously, I haven't been in a situation where I have to test that. But if I had to, they say pick whether we give you bad feed or bad quality. I would say please give me good quality chicks, and then give me bad feed.
Yeah, because I've tested it. I've tested everything. I remember one time I told you that
When what's
switch off
your
your light
view?
and then things will go. For me, it's a good quality of chicks. As long as you have a good quality of chicks, you're gonna have a great cycle.
Yeah,
Whether
because
you have a
like,
bad feed, like even the protein is poor, as long as the chicks are on the correct standard, you're gonna have a great. Because I used to buy chicks from this other. Actually, my supply used to be supplied by this other big HR. They used to supply the best. I know I can buy any feed cheap. Still, I'm gonna survive. 28 days, I'm gonna sell. But one time I tried it again with poor feed on a poor chicks. Guess what? I had to wait for 7 weeks to sell. So I have tested it. I know good quality chicks is the way.
let me ask you a question. And it may seem sort of controversial, the question I'm going to ask you. Yeah. Lorena, you mustn't think I'm trying to put it on
On the spot.
put you on put you on blast or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, right? What is your view, for example, ne? Have you ever seen like nonyan?
Yeah.
Nonyan, no? Salawa or beta nonyan ka sara? Like when you grew up or something. Or salawa is for
Nigga for
nonyan.
yeah, I once opened it.
Yeah. It's very difficult to roja nonyan, man. Like That thing requires you to like think, yo, shame. Cause you can't know, man. You understand where I'm going?
Yeah.
So I'm asking you, sir, have you ever not felt that when you are selling chickens, even if it weighs like it weighs 2.3
Yeah.
kilograms, you can see.
Yeah.
Mara, you are thinking to yourself, Mara, I've only had this one for 28 days, for example. Have you never felt that, or Mara, you can know for the sake of honor, ever, like, I don't know if you are.
No, I get you. But with my experience,
Yeah.
I realized that the taste
Mm.
of a chicken
Yeah.
when they're young, it tastes much better than when they're old. A bigger chicken doesn't taste nice. Because of the chippies. It's like you're chewing a chippies when you chow it. But when you go for the, I agree with you, but they say they like them young. When they're young, they taste. They're young and yummy.
Now. No. Okay, I hear you.
To get my point. But even you can check like big shops that are grilled chickens. They don't grill big chickens. Nando's, Chachos, you name them. They go for the small size because of the taste.
I agree, but but look, man. Bon, I'm sorry, like I'm drilling off the topic, but we have no topic.
Nah,
We're
we have
talking
no
about
topic.
anything.
We're talking as long as chicken related,
Good,
is family related,
yes.
we are good.
So I'm asking you this question. You know why? Now? Because maybe I'm unnecessarily strict on myself
Yeah.
as a business owner.
Okay.
But it's because I think as a business owner, I play a lot bigger role than generally more people think of themselves,
Yeah, yeah.
especially in my community.
Yeah.
What I mean is, sorry, I recently went on no vaccination in my farm.
Oh,
Né? Yeah. So, for example, the recent batch I had,
was
no
vaccinated.
vaccination. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't vaccinated in a while.
Yes. So, where I'm going is the no vaccination. Also, I want no medication. So generally, the chickens were, you can say, poisonless, whatever you want to call it. Right? So that for me wasn't only because I want to save money. It was also because I wanted to improve the taste of the chicken. What I mean is, if you check the labeling of, say, Newcastle vaccination,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they say there that please do not vaccinate. Maybe like you must give it a good period of 21 days.
You can't vaccinate, at least
Yes.
after
21 days.
21
That's what
days.
they-
Yeah. You can't vaccinate now and give people chickens tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now they say they specific to say 21 days. Right. For me, I knew that okay, if I haven't vaccinated, if I've never vaccinated my chickens and I've never given them medication, then I can get away with having good taste.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons, other than it being poisonous to the people, it's the fact that the taste is just when
You
the
vaccinate.
vaccination. No, when the vaccination hasn't gotten out of the system of the
Oh,
chickens.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
one of the reasons why they say don't vaccinate
Yeah,
and
yeah.
give to people. So, for me, is when I know that I haven't vaccinated, which means they are poisonless to a certain extent, because
Yeah.
obviously the feed is also still poison. But I know also that I haven't vaccinated at all. I know that other than the good taste, my clients also get what? Chickens that generally are not gonna have side effects as time goes. Because those are the problem we are having with this modern food. Is
Yeah,
the fact
yeah.
that bit by bit they build up something in you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I put myself in that position of saying, no, Mara, I am more than just a food seller. I'm directing sort of the health of the community, the nation, whatever,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the question I'm asking you is, do you never feel that now where you look at your chickens and you say, okay, no, but the chickens, yes, they are good at 28 days and they taste, better and but nah, I feel like for some reason I just wanna raise them. They were fully grown so that even if there are any particular diseases that could result from them being small, because I think only it's possible or ka ba le bolwetse bo bo itseng. We should hold it in for like one Zara. So that's the question I'm asking you in reality. Or don't you think it's possible or re motho a no re, no so long the kala 2.3 kgs. Then 25 days. Nah, is it possible, man? Do you ever think about it?
No, I never thought about it. I never thought. But in terms of now talking about vaccination and stuff, then I realized that, oh shit, if I were to be, if I were to vaccinate, it means that I'm gonna sell my chickens before the period of them, the vaccine being out of their body. If I was vaccinated, I'm not vaccinating anyway. And the reason of me to stop vaccinating was never because of the health of uh, customers or what. I never thought about that way. What happened with me before when I stopped vaccinating is that every time I vaccinate for Newcastle, I'll have a Newcastle in my house.
You're inviting when
So one lady told me that the more you, when you vaccinate, you're actually introducing the virus to the animal, so that when the animal interact with the virus again, it can recognize the virus and kill the virus. It's like when they're vaccinating for corona, they were giving you corona, so that when you come across corona, your body can easily fight the corona. So they're introducing the system corona, so that when corona comes, the system already knows corona.
100%.
So that's when I stopped vaccinating. I realized that, oh, okay, every time I vaccinate, I have a new castle. Why? Then I asked this lady, she just explained simple to me. I'm like, oh, okay, sharp. No more vaccinating for me. Then now, ever since, I haven't experienced any problem of Newcastle. And another thing is that most of my chicken will be paralyzed when I vaccinate. But since I stopped vaccinating, I don't have any paralyzed chicken. And then I realized that actually there's no method of vaccinating. There's no correct method of vaccinating. Everybody has their own theory about vaccinating, how you can vaccinate chickens. Some they tell you they must use 20 liters. Some they say you must use 5 liters. Some they say you must use 40 liters. Nobody has a correct method of way of vaccinating. Some they tell you must put milk before you in the water before you vaccinate. Everybody has their own theory. So that was like, let me go away with this vaccination thing, and I'll run with feed only and pray that my chicken don't get any disease. And ever since, I never had any problem in my chicken up until today.
You know, I want to ask you something,
Mm.
because over like no, I tried this, it didn't, and I think I ended up on
Mm.
Zaragoro over
Mm.
like Ozamadi.
Yeah.
My question for you, Goro, you know, I feel this a lot. I can't know a decision, like a conclusion. This is what happened. Why?
Mm.
Because I don't know if Supplier ka live the same place.
Yeah.
Like, don't you think that thing as a small business owner, especially a small farmer, is a challenge where you have a problem and you want to implement a solution the next cycle?
Yeah.
But you can't even confirm or no the solution worked or
It's true because sometimes you may think maybe the problem is you and you're not the problem. The problem is the supply, is the HR maybe. Something went wrong with the HR. Because with big HRs now, somebody told me that if you want to buy chicks from a big HR, you must never buy them after 27th of October. Whatever you're going to get after that is reject. You're not going to have a successful cycle. About 5 guys from my area now, they're having the same struggle. All their chickens are like layers.
this are no like they like right now ka date vasanal de
They
they are
still have
trying
those chicken, they cancel them.
not like me. Or one I've just kept training
No,
for me
nah,
just there.
yours
No, not
are
like
100%. Those ones, they have all the feathers and everything, but when you carry it, the weight is so low. The body structure. Have you ever seen how layers have this other bone here? You know that bone
yeah.
of a layer. All those chicken have that kind of a bone.
But then what does that speak to? That okay, in in what I mean, I run a TikTok account,
Yeah, I know.
From that TikTok account, I and I don't want to sound wrong in
Mm,
this, no?
mm.
But I realized that because also it is influenced by a number of things. This thing I'm going to say now.
Yeah.
Like in that people find themselves having to run a business because of maybe they don't have money. For example, maybe someone is thinking if I start chickens,
I'll make money.
yes,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
So because of that, they don't necessarily maybe get to inform themselves the way they're supposed to
Yeah.
before they start running a business. So I'm trying to say in this because through my TikTok account, I'm starting to understand and learn that people do, and I appreciate that. It's funny, it's counterintuitive.
Yeah.
People do before they actually think, which is beautiful because then we have more doers. But
Yeah.
the doing can can get you in trouble because now you've spent 5,000, you've bought chicken or you've built a wrong type of shelter, and then anyway, I'm trying to say that I realize that we small business owners, particularly small farmers, find ourselves in a situation where yes, the hatchery, FPO, right? But question is, could I have informed myself better? Is it possible that if I had known something more, I don't know how. I'm not blaming
Yeah.
anyone here.
I
I'm
hear
just
you.
asking. Is it possible that if I had known something, maybe just a little more, I could have seen what this had to work. Maybe I know.
Yeah,
They
because
will.
with me,
Eh,
I can tell that I'm gonna have a pet circle the day that I pick up my chicks. I'm gonna feel them here on the bone. If I feel that bone on a chick, I know I'm screwed. Now I must pray. I must sit down and call all my ancestors to come and
Why
be with
not
me
say
on
to
the
the
circle.
supplier, hey man?
By that time, you know what's the problem actually? It's because the supplier is not the one who's it's just the middleman. This one, it's not the one who's hatchery. That's the problem. That's where the problem comes. This one is not the one who's hatchery the chickens, and the middleman is afraid of going to the big guy and say, "Yo, my customers are complaining. What do we do?" Because I told the guys that I was buying from now, this is the last time I'm buying chickens
From
from
you
you.
guys, yeah.
I'm out. You've been having me for 2 years. Now our relationship is over. And they even asked me to do a video about their chicks and so on and so on and so on and so on. And I was like, Chief, I don't wanna mess
You
up.
can lie to people.
I don't wanna mess up your
I don't
business.
want to
No,
lie to people.
you know what they said.
Uh,
The last time I took the chicks that I took when I lost 50,
mm.
they said, can you please do a video about our chicks and so on and so on.
What should you say in the video?
No,
Is
just
it a
say
promotional video or what?
it's a professional video for them.
Get a promotional.
Yeah, I'm just gonna promote them.
Man, you are promoting 50 dead chicks now.
I did the video, and I'm promoting the 50 dead chicks now. You get what I'm saying? Because for them, they want customers to come, but they're not aware. Because I guess they're not the one who growing the chickens, so they're not aware that they're giving us reject or whatever they may call them. Now you're just the middleman. I'll come to you, I buy chickens from you. I go and sell them in my talks. People tell me that, hey, like, the chickens that you gave us are not really nice. The taste is bad. I'm just a middleman. I'm asking my customers, say, when you cook the chicken, please do a video and post it on your TikTok account. We saw that we have followers now. Can you please mention our name? Now my customer goes there and busy cooking the chicken. The chicken turns green. As a person who's doing that video, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stop or are you gonna continue and show the truth? Because that's what I did. I shared the truth. They asked me, I guess they're not paying me for anything. So I shared the truth that your chicken were bad, and this is my last time coming to you.
You are killing black business.
It's not a black man, it's a white man. Anyway.
Oh, you are killing a white man's business.
So should I go back and tell them that they're bad so I can't do the video? Or should I do the video? Because I've been honest all along doing the videos and showing people what this is what I do. If I'm doing wrong, it's fine. Tell me that I'm doing wrong.
No, look, you should always share. I mean, for me, full disclosure, you know me, how I work. In Navilam West, I just disclose a little too much sometimes. But yes, full disclosure, so I support that. But I'm just saying that what is the person expecting you to say when they're saying you? But then it comes to me, then it must be the second challenge, at least that we are mentioning today, that a small farmer faces, ne? Where you sometimes don't get to buy directly from the person who produces. So even when you've got complaints, you can't. First of all, okay, the big person really won't even listen
won't
to
even
you,
know.
Shem. Won't even listen. No, I'm just saying, won't even listen to you because
Yeah,
you are buying how many chickens? 500 chickens. They don't care. They've got people who are buying 10.
I've been
You were saying something.
so the brother was asking me why don't we hatch our own chicks, and I was telling him that it's another story to hatch your own chicks because you're still gonna get a reject of eggs when you're hatching your own. Sometimes there's load shedding. What? Sometimes there's load shedding. So now you don't have backup. I saw a lot of people. Somebody I think lost.
No,
like,
I mean, it's a. Let's be honest. Hatching is a completely new business. And I don't know why we like to act like it's just
it's just something that you can do, Jay. It's like somebody who's baking magwinya. But why don't you produce your own flour?
farm.
Why? What? So this people don't understand. There's still a logistic behind hatching. And before hatching, there's eggs. There's parent stock. It's another business. So before all those chickens come to, before that chick came to us, there are like 4 businesses.
There's grandparent stock.
There's grandparent stock. So there are a lot of business before me. So these guys don't understand why. And I was telling him that because now we're getting the chicks from big suppliers. Another problem is that even those Abu Mama Paisha, the veggies on the street, they don't get grade A. They get third grade. Grade A goes to restaurants, goes to the hotels.
Let me tell you something. I used to, like I said, I was a street vendor. West, grade A. You know where it goes?
Where?
International.
Imagine.
South Africans, even if you are buying from Huluets, I will watch them. Grade A
goes international.
gets sold for exorbitant amount of money internationally.
So our stores are getting
yeah,
second grade.
They call it grade A. When you get to the market, it's written grade A.
But actually the second grade.
Oh, grade A already went. The second grade A.
Yeah. So I was telling this guy already, even those people selling veggies, they're not getting grade A. So imagine with chicks. Now there's Fan Man producing 40,000 chicks a second.
Racist.
No, I'm not racist. I'm saying, okay, now there's Tavo. Now there's Machangu producing 40,000 a cycle. Now I'm producing 100 a cycle. You have grade A, you have reject. Why are you gonna sell? Which supplier are you gonna prioritize there? Which customer are you gonna prioritize? Are you gonna look at me or are you gonna look at Machangu?
But then, like this thing, like I always go back to it. Where do we get this information of grade A or because with veggies at least it's simple. You can look at tomato and be like, this one, why not the parts or parts?
Yeah.
Mara, like when it comes to chickens, it's tough. Let's be honest.
You can only with me. I don't wanna lie. People they say you must flip it over. If you turn within 30 seconds, it's a grade A. Some they say their feet must be yellow. It's grade A. And for me, even if you take grade Z and you flip it over, it's still gonna turn. And the feet are still yellow. They're still babies. They all look the same. So now you wanna tell me that I must do all those things and tell if it's grade A. That's not possible. So with me, I can only tell you if after 28 days they are where I want them to be. I can say it's a good.
Already we've given how many bags of feed?
That's what I'm hoping, or at least sometimes around 2 weeks I can tell or no. Here I'm gonna have a great cycle. But other than that, I can't tell which one is grade A.
Yeah, no. Look, it's tough, ne? For me, I just first day when I get my chicks, I weigh them. Other than
I forget about the weighing part. They said it must be between 30 something and 42, 44 somewhere there.
Yes.
It's a good grade.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not grade A.
But
it's a good grade.
You can't say it's a good grade. You must just say at least.
At least.
At least I don't worry. Like when I weigh them first day, and then I can see, I'm 35 grams going up.
Yeah.
I know even if it's gonna take long to grow, it will just be maybe a week. Or if by day 42 it hasn't. And the problem of chickens not growing by day 42 happens very rarely, because if you've managed to have a good cycle by day 35, you've already gotten rid of maybe half of the broiler house.
Yeah.
And to tell they are one. They catch up. I understand this. So at least you don't have to worry too much. But I'm just saying, I know if I have 35 grams to 43, 44, no, at least I don't worry too much.
The funny thing is that I never weighed my chicken.
Uh,
I just look at it like, we're not out. You're ready to sell. We're not, you're gonna be good for this. In the 2 years of me farming, and I have that thing, yeah, I have that skill, ya kala di kgoho. Mara zanga ibe hodima tsona ga e kala hore e weigh. I think you once asked me, can how much your chicken are
yeah,
weighing?
it was during the discussion you feed.
Yeah.
You remember?
And I told you that I have it. I once bought it, but I never used it. It's still there in the box.
I want to. This discussion is too big, so I
Yeah.
want us to expand it a bit. Because remember earlier I touched on health a bit. Nah? I want us to come back and because how am I gonna look, man? I think for me I've got a problem with the
Health.
way with the way we black people
Run our
run
business.
our businesses.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to mention this as a I am better anyway, right? Or anything like that. But right now, what makes Google, right? Is the fact that right now, if when Salawa own maybe your first Android phone, say 10 years ago,
Yeah.
10 years was what, 2013.
Yeah.
Say 2013 you owned an Android, né? And then you had Makwala, whatever email address at that time.
Yeah.
Then you forgot the password of it. Okay, for you life went on, but for Google, it didn't. If right now you got bored and you are like, I'm gonna go through everything that Google knows about me. Trust me, there's a way to go through that. Like in that, you can go back to check the first time you ever used Google or yourself.
Yeah.
Not even Android, anything Google. The first time you ever used it, if you can just remember all of the devices you've used it on.
Yeah.
There's a website where you can go, and you can go to check what did the mic record about you.
Yeah.
No, since 2010, man, I'm telling you, like
Until today.
it's when I was using this phone, what did the mic record about me? If you sent this message to this girl or whatever, born,
It's still there.
right? The point I'm making is today, the only thing that matters more than anything is data.
Information.
You understand me? Yes. The reason why this podcast probably will get, say, 500 views, it's because there is information in it that people are hoping they will get.
Yeah.
Right? So, for example, if you look at your YouTube, people come to it because they know they will learn about farming. Good. And you understand that. That's why you have a YouTube account where you teach farming.
Sure.
Now, that being the case, why is it that in my farm, I don't have this, we call it a big tower that costs whatever amount of money, and it stores everything I do in there. If I weigh a chicken today, look, in fact, I've even bought a scale that is gonna save my information somewhere.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, don't you think, other than me knowing if I'm ready to sell a chicken, you are obviously gonna be a big farmer tomorrow.
Mm.
Don't you think tomorrow when you're gonna build a broiler house that, or rather you're gonna build a big farm that houses 100,000 chickens, don't you think you would benefit from when you are still here?
Mm.
For 5 years, you were a small farmer and you saved all of the weight. You know, if I gave my chickens 6 bags at that time I had 200 chickens, 6 bags. By this time, I would be able to sell. I wouldn't be able. When I buy from this and I feel a bone or there's no bone, I know. But you expand. Imagine if you had sort of a part in your business that was dedicated to that. That was like R&D, where you are like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself like Google, where I save everything because I believe tomorrow I can come. So now you are building a farm that houses 100,000 broiler houses, broiler farms,
Mm.
broiler chickens,
Mm.
and you've got solid information. No, you are not reading it from a book. No, it's you. You know, this is
Yeah.
5 years of my work, and I can this information
It's
to
gonna
say
work.
if I follow. What do
Gonna
you
work.
think of that? When I say I've got a problem with the way we run
No,
our businesses,
I
I know
understand
we
you.
can't afford. Sorry, I know in some cases we can't afford to think about 5 years later. Because it's fair.
I
But
get
you understand the question?
no, I get where you're
Yeah.
going, and I fully understand you. I think we had this conversation before, and you explaining the way you explain it now that you have stored information from day one until now about your chicken house. If somebody now can come to you and say, "I want to run a farm in Lewachum," you can tell the person, "Well, this is how you can do it. These are the weather conditions for every day." I think Itorang said the same thing that he record weather for the whole year. You know, if you can ask him on this day, how was the weather? He can tell you like, okay, it was hot or it was raining or what, something like that that you have said about to me before. That you record everything, you know everything about the weight, you know when you sell, and you know how many bags of feed have you fed your chicks. You know all those things. You have put them down. With me, I never thought about writing them down. It was all about me practicing all those things and keep them in my head. Like our next president next door who used to read and throw out the paper and store it in the mind. So with me, I'm like that. The information is in my head. I never thought about putting it down. That's why I thought about doing videos instead of putting it down. Because I can lose a book, a house can burn, and all those books are burned. But when I know that they are there on the internet, they are there forever. Just that I
Yeah,
don't
but
have.
the question is, for example,
Yeah, I hear you.
yeah,
But
let me disturb you, Hanya.
Mm.
Imagine you are making a video
Mm,
on feed,
yeah,
and you could go back like to last year and be like, no, I remember when I had 200 chickens last year, and now, yo, that would be you'd be an insane type of like YouTube content creator. You understand where I'm going?
yeah,
Like,
I understand what you say. Yeah,
because now, like, even this guy has information from last year, and
yeah.
he's comparing. You, that's insane. He
'Cause-
knows when he had 200 chickens now. Then really know how they perform.
yeah, what you're saying is true. Because I did a video last year. The first video that we did with the guys, I was talking about the cost.
Mm.
This year I came back again and I did another video about the cost. And comparing to the cost that I did the video last year, that I was saying that year it used to cost 7K to grow 200 chicks. Now it went up to 8.5 to grow 200 chicks. So I have, like I'm saying, that it's just that some information I never thought of doing them about scaling chicks every time and know the weight.
But do you think black businesses, small farmers, whoever, small business owner could benefit from that mentality that I'm bringing on the table?
No, we can truly benefit from it. It's just that we were never taught about information, how to store information. That's why even our history is not told like the white history, the white people history. Right now, I don't know anything about Skukuni. I don't know much about Queen Mutaji. I don't know more about Hoshimampuru. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's there's not a lot of information about them out there that I can Google and say, okay, the history of Koshimujaji, I can play on YouTube and watch.
But don't you think that's a good thing that to a certain extent? Because, you know,
That's why
Hey.
that's why right now I came up with an idea of doing this kind of content. Now it's saying that I wanna interview black small farmers, so that 10 years later you can come and say, this is where I started. This is how it started.
Don't you think it's a good thing that you don't know much about Queen Mujaji, for example? Like, imagine our Google like we would have a problem.
Who won't
Like,
have a problem?
no, we would have a problem. No, I think imagine you could have a PDF
We won't have a problem.
us. They were
No,
protecting
they're
us.
not protecting us.
No. I think I like what they did.
Okay, if now I knew how we were better di money, maybe ngapapa di khonye wa better di.
No, look, my man, look. So we are derailing, but I think we can talk about anything.
We talk
yeah,
about
right?
anything.
Look, man, I've got a problem with that. You know, Einstein, and I've had this discussion with Tsorang before. Einstein, when he made a formula for the atomic bomb, bro, that guy didn't have killing people in mind. Well, maybe he did think to himself that, well, this thing
I
could
get
kill
you, you're
people,
good, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But that man, all he was doing was experiment. He just wanted to see, theory of relativity, or atomic bomb, I can put chemicals here, and right? But trust me, man. What? I don't want to mention, historic events
Yeah,
where
yeah,
people
yeah.
died.
Yeah.
Just over 1,000 people. Mwah. Yeah, right, with an atomic bomb. Our people had that foresight, my man, to say, more. Imagine I know, PDF. That's a problem, man. Because look at what people do with the little information they have, right?
But people still kill without knowing the formula.
Yeah, but here's where I'm going. Our people, it's like the question. Sorry, I'm gonna expand a bit.
Yeah.
It's the question that people always ask: if spirituality sarena is this powerful, the way we say "retabuloi" or "fofagal fielo," why are savetimaho kalgadim? I've got a very simple answer for that. You know, our people. I love our people for this reason. We are healers, man.
Yeah.
We are not killers, bro. Like, our people never used their power to kill people. You understand where I'm going? So that's why even today, look at someone who does witchcraft. It's someone who comes from that family. They have to embrace it, that thing, which means they are gonna learn it from their own family.
Yeah.
If it's someone who comes from a family that gives those gifts for healing, and they go and use it for witchcraft, my man, this guy they take it away. You get punished for using that thing to destroy. I know I'm talking about something that people don't even think it exists.
I'm much interested in that
So,
one. I know a lot about that.
So where I'm going is, it's because we always believed that thing is for healing, not killing. So even today, that's one of the reasons why you won't find us. I don't know. We're gonna go register a net bank, because we understand it's not made for that. We don't abuse our power like that. So don't you think it was a good thing? Or Queen Munjaji and everyone didn't save the information. Like, I'm advocating for saving for information, but at the same time I'm advocating for not. You understand?
Yeah, I understand what you say. Still, imagine now if I was a crop farmer. I had a formula that Queen Mutaji had. I guess they call a rain. It's a rain queen. And now that I have the formula that she had of making the rain be there. Now I'm a crop farmer. I just plant. Halala, there's a rain. Then I tell when the rain to stop. Halala, the rain gone. Sun comes out. I have a nice crop.
You still have that formula
of making a rain.
The only thing is, the only thing is you can't download a PDF. You see, we discussed it a bit earlier, but you just didn't understand that we are discussing it.
Yeah.
You see, today, if you want to learn anything, right? Anything about how people lived maybe 200 years ago
Yeah.
and what power they had, start by getting rid of everything. Get rid of your clothes. Just go to the mountain there, or anywhere deep in the forest, in the jungle, where very few people go, or no one goes there.
Yeah, yeah.
You will come back with everything that you need to. So you still have all of that, and you have a way to access all of it. That information is not dead.
Still there.
It's still there. All of it. Like even right now, for example, one of the reasons why many of us dream, but we don't even see our dreams.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How left and right. So where I'm going is, it is the life that we are living today that stops us, and by design. To a certain extent, that is by design as to why we are living like this. Right? Yes. So that stops us, because if we can, this information we're discussing, where you are gonna find yourself. I mean, many people don't think like, or exist. What we tell another hard way.
No, I know that don't exist. I
So-
know that don't exist.
Yeah.
I know that don't exist.
Yeah. So now I'm just telling you that what I'm trying to tell you, you need to understand something, and this is for me very interesting, because hey, why it's interesting for me? You know, my man, like energy, science. Let's talk about science.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
science that someone will say, no, science does not agree with that. Science says you cannot create or destroy energy. That's what it says. You can only convert it into something.
Yeah.
So, if that's the case, do you think that something that is material now, right, once it no longer exists, that energy disappeared? No. If right now someone can use an infrared light, ne, or a UV light, or whatever type of light that cannot be seen with a naked eye,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's crazy if you put on some shades, you're like, hey, man, this light is here. But you were there the whole time. Nothing has changed. They haven't moved you. The light was there, but you just weren't seeing it.
Yeah.
So now you've got a way to see that light, to pick it up.
Yeah.
The same way, sound, a dog hears way better than a human being. So something that, like a lizard, ne? I did this test because I get bored. A lizard, ne? Maybe I wonder where my brother is, 2 meters away. A lizard, you can go,
It's gonna hear.
eh, like that thing will move, like it will move. Because why? I'm not going to go too deep into that as to how I found it out. But
Yeah.
anyway, the point I'm trying to make to you is, you cannot, once you think you are living in a world where there is only the physical, like at this given moment, you only recognize this meat
Yeah.
and not the space and what is within it. Because this space also occupies something.
Yeah.
I mean, this space also has things in it. So I'm not going too far, but I'm just trying to tell you this space. If when you think you're only gonna recognize the meat, because I can see it,
Yeah.
and everything else, including the sounds you can hear, the lights that if someone didn't bring different types of shades, you wouldn't see, and all of that. And you're gonna use that as a justification for no, but science says witchcraft is impractical. My boy. So anyway, I know I derailed, but the question was just to say, don't you think they saved us by not documenting some of this information and leaving it as things that only the people who, when they are ready, because even a sangoma,
You need to be ready.
yeah, they will have to be ready, and they won't just get it. It's like rigorous training that you have to go through before. You can't just, and they have to trust that you're gonna use it the right way. Don't you think that was part of them having this foresight to say, but one day when Namakwala, if you want to know how to make it rain, you will go down that path. Like for example, the life I'm living, it brings a lot of that information easily so. It brings it easily so because you start to interpret what they used to interpret back in the day because they were too attached to nature. Yes. Now, I don't know if you are saying no, rare, bega sintushi if he queen mujajiva. No, but if you want to find out, you can. Don't you think so?
No, now you're saying that, I'm thinking about it. It's like now if you take a gun and give to someone that never doesn't know anything about a gun and pointed at you, he's gonna kill you. So I understand what you say. You need to be ready to use all those powers that they are there. So you must go through some sort of a chain or
Which
training.
powers? My brother says there are no powers. He's even bored. He's like, hey, these ones are talking about what?
I actually like to engage into those kind of I like to sometimes.
Then you'll understand.
No, not all I'm saying, my
such.
brother, is I'm not gonna say to you, Sangoma's whatever powers exist or don't. No, all I'm saying to you is it is not possible that you can only have the material side of things that exist. You cannot be in when you are really being in denial if you are gonna think in this world the only things that influence us are the ones that we can hold. And you don't think it's possible to manipulate because like, witchcraft in simple terms is manipulation of different energies to it's like a bomb. It's simple terms is like one of the way they make a bomb. You bring this together, you bring this together, you bring and then boom, something a longer can travel like with radiation, right? For example, an atomic bomb doesn't kill you because you heard the sound. I mean, you can die from the stress of the sound, right? The fact that you couldn't handle the sound and you died. But an atomic bomb will kill you from radiation. It will kill you, you are 50 kilometers away, doesn't matter. So, the fact that you can have something that at some point won't at all. You know the crazy part with radiation? There are areas in different types of the world where they hit a bomb before. No? Today, you cannot even be able to see, let's say, what is this? Residue, the material residue. You can't even point around and say this is, right? But you know, when you are there, they will tell you, don't eat this apple. Don't eat this banana. Why? Because the radiation from freaking 40 years ago still exists. Those fresh produce is still poison. You understand where I'm going?
Yeah, I understand.
So, that thing is powerful because if something that cannot be seen from 40 years ago can still affect your why is it that just the African side is the one that becomes mythical?
Like there are some people that they can't go home anymore. If they go home, they can't sleep at home because at night they can't sleep. They want to find
Yes.
something in the house. But when they're not there, that thing's not there. But when they're there, it's gonna be a fight the whole night.
So why is it that the Western energies we can recognize them and call them with periodic tables and everything?
Yeah.
But our energies, that one is a myth. You can't have what energies are you mixing there? No, it's impossible. Why is this one? Why is this brother who's so interested in science? He can start telling you about chemicals now. Whenever you engage in our African energies, he says,
looks other way. It's like
If it's not on the paper, then
yeah, no,
you
that's
must prove it.
that's how you get lost. It's like somebody once said like they were talking about formal education and informal education.
Yeah.
And they was asking formal according to who, informal according to who. Someone just woke up today and decided "Oh, this is not formal education, this is formal education. It's like what the brothers say. If it's not on the paper, rather it doesn't exist. So you need to put it on the paper. So now we must write or then we can say, okay, you mix this and this and this and this and this. I mixed this and this and this and this and this. Then now that's why he's crazy. That's what the brother wants. And that's something that all those people are doing those. Probably they can't even write, most of them. so, so you must go to them and they will explain to you how you do.
Yeah, and part of there's a reason why he doesn't know. The thing is, you need to understand there's a reason why he doesn't know.
Sometimes,
you understand?
sometimes we must chill this angoma and ask them a lot of
And
things.
they still won't tell him because this information, there's a reason why an average person
Won't
cannot have
understand.
access to it.
Yeah.
No, forget understanding it. There's a reason why we cannot have an average person having access to this information.
Yeah.
We can't just have Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Knowing
Knowing
about your
how-
life, but
yeah.
when you can, some people
Motho wa
can-
kwata fela hasn't been trained how to manage their anger and
Yeah.
understand that human beings are volatile people who get angry. Ga kwata fela o bethatladi. So we can't have that. No, it's not. That's the thing you need to understand, that the people who have this knowledge and this skill or whatever you want to call it, if you go check most of them, they are very responsible people. There are few instances where you will have this power being misused. And we know when it comes out. You need to understand, even nature itself does not equip us with this power so that
Yeah.
we can misuse it. That's why, like, when no, I don't just that person. No, nature will just expose you because you are using healing power. Remember, this power exists for healing. Anything in this world, when overdone, can go the wrong way. Even veggies, if you eat them. How does it work? It's not. Lightning is not. Look.
lightly up a start.
Hmm?
When-
Look on. Look at it. Look on. Mara,
No,
you
but-
can't understand. Or if it's a because someone overdid something, it didn't need to get to lightning. Mara, someone took all of the powers they had to combine. They at first they had to heal you, right? You are in PTA. Motho wa tla, "Hey, ngwana ka Pretoria ka ho re nka mtisa mo." Kgopela, then ba kopantsha something, and then the fact that the spirit is there, because
Yeah.
remember right now we use spirit.
Yeah, yeah.
So the spirit is there. They harness whatever they need to harness. Or that's more than enough. So now, but someone says, if I can heal someone with Pituri,
Yeah. So, Chief, let's talk about your TikTok.
Yes.
You decided to do something and be on TikTok. The journey at TikTok.
Hey, the journey at TikTok is such a short and amazing one, you know.
How it is been now?
Maybe before I get to the journey at TikTok, let me just shorten. You know, I started my poultry journey
Yeah.
2021
Yeah.
October.
Mm.
Yeah, 1st of October. That's my birth month, by the way. Then worked poultry journey I started when I was working, like I said, no?
Yeah.
And then I resigned in March. Then from 1st of, or rather from April, no? 2022, I started my own farm. No?
So before you were a reseller.
No, I've never been a reseller.
Mm.
I was working. Remember, I was employed.
Yeah.
Then I got to go work there to help raise the chickens. Remember, I'm gaining my experience there.
Yeah.
Then after that, after 6 months, I'm like, I'm going to start my own. Then I come and start my own,
Yeah.
build my own broiler house. Then I do that for like a period of like 6 months, from March, say, till October. No, from April, say, till October.
So only do
Then-
3 cycles.
Yeah, something like that. Then in October, that's when you say to me on the 6th, post that content on TikTok. So I'm just trying to say that I was posting my content on WhatsApp throughout the time after I started my poultry journey.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
remember, I'm just trying to say here that I only started sharing content when I was in poultry.
Yeah,
And also like 5 months into it or so. So my TikTok account is a short journey that starts from that October, which is 6 months into my poultry journey.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
least
yeah.
a personal one where I own the farm.
Yeah.
we call it a farm, but it's just a
No, it's a
broiler
farm.
house.
But like, I always say that for me, ne, if someone comes to me and say, this is not a farm, according to who says it's not a farm? Because I'm doing exactly what the big guy is doing. We're raising chickens, both of us. Just that we differ in numbers, but we're still doing the same thing. Why is mine not a farm?
Fair
Or do we justify a farm according to the land,
yeah,
or do we justify a farm according to what is being done on that land?
fair question. Yeah. So anyway, then when I started my farm,
Yeah.
6 months into it, or 5 months into it, I decided I'm gonna start sharing content. In other words, I went back to social media because the whole time I wasn't there. I told you already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the 6th of October, you tell me on WhatsApp,
Post the
everyone
content.
post that content.
Yeah.
7th, I record a voiceover and post my first video. Today is what? 5th of, is it 5th? Yeah, 5th Jan
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
19,000 followers, going to 20. Yeah, that's the journey,
Going
man.
to 100 by December this year.
Well, I receive. Thank you so much.
Nah, it's going there. It's going there. It's going there.
Yeah,
It's
so
going there.
that's my journey.
We are
in simple-
20, like we're almost 20 in like 3 months or 2 months. Probably shows you that around December time it will be 100.
Listen, man, I receive. I don't like to jinx things. Now I'm gonna be like, yeah, you are right. It's gonna happen. No, let me just receive it.
Tell me when it happened. Like you were right.
The same way I just followed. When you said post
Post,
that content. Yeah.
No, I knew that. I knew that you were ready. But seeing that, because I'm one guy who's good in seeing like content, especially when I see somebody creating something, I can tell here's a good content. This one deserves to be on TikTok or YouTube or wherever. But
You had
people wanna see
known known me for 2 months. How did you know that? Was it 2 months or 3 months? How? What do you mean you knew I'm ready? Because first of all, you have nothing to compare with before. You see, when someone who knows me, right, and then I start creating content, they're like, "Hey, I never saw you like that." Well, now what happened?
the musicians, they say they have good ear for music. I have a good eye for content. So I can see this one's gonna sell. I don't need to compare it with anything. But just taking my phone, look at your video, I will say, yeah, no, you're good. It's like if you go to a producer's producing music and you've done it, fact, you play it, they will listen and they say, nah, no, this one's gonna sell. Let's shoot a music video, let's do a cover for it, let's release it. They're not gonna compare with anything. It's just a gift. It's like being a sangoma. You go there and I can tell your problems, what's happening in your life, blah blah blah. So with me, I'm a sangoma of a content. I can see content. I can see what this one's gonna sell, and I know that if somebody's doing something, I can say, yeah, no, this one deserves to be content. Like this brother, ne, when we're shooting some, that's why when we were talking, he was saying, hey chief, fella, now you're showing content. We are more like the same. We can see and we can hear content or not. This thing is gonna sell. This thing is the content. That's why when I saw your video, I didn't even need to watch it twice. I saw it and then I same time I texted you, post this thing on TikTok.
No. The crazy thing with what you are saying is because I can relate to it. The only thing with why, for example, when he said you are showing content, I couldn't get that because for me, everything happens the way it's supposed to.
True.
You understand me? So
Yeah.
if we have to stop now, hey, no, stop there. That is content. Trust me, it's gonna be boring as hell.
But I once told him that everything is content in this world. If right now you post something on, even if you are eating and you post it on social media, people still gonna watch. They can watch the whole 1 hour video of you guys eating, not saying anything. to
In
each
fact,
other.
that's my argument for why education today is more relevant than ever. And education, of course, I understand the financial part of it, why someone would say, hey, listen, man, it's expensive. That's why I'm not going the degree route, right?
Yeah.
But I understand, for me, education is more relevant today. Why? Because imagine being in a position where anything you know someone else wants to know. Because social media, like, people want to know everything. Like, it's insane. Like, there is a group of people that want to know. Like, I'm speaking to the TikTok, right? Also, as well. There is a group of people that want to know everything. So, why I'm saying this, there was someone on TikTok who only, what? This is insane. This guy just writes. I'm even saying guy because I don't know it's a guy or but that handwriting that must have been a guy. this this guy writes people's names. This guy all he does is write. If my name is Tabang,
We'll just write Savang.
yeah, and
Put it
post that
down there.
video. And look, he doesn't even have the best handwriting you'll find in the world. He just writes Tabang and posts that video. It doesn't add music to it to make the video maybe somber or something. No, right? And this guy has millions of views. Insane.
And people still follow.
This guy, listen, I'm gonna go extreme with this example. 10 years ago, when I was on Twitter, I think it was like back in 2012. Oh my freaking word, this is unbelievable. There was a Twitter account. It was called no. We'll go back to why education is important and the TikTok account. But I'm trying to say this. If someone takes me seriously with what I'm trying to say here, they'll go far. Listen, 10 years ago, there was a Twitter account that had the handle, a pig says. That is the handle. Listen, a pig says. And you know what a pig says? Oink. This, this person tweets oink, oink, oink. Maybe tomorrow the pig is going to say oink 8 times. After 2 days, it's going to say oink once, just oink. And then after 5 days, it's going to say oink, 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 oink. So that's crazy that Twitter account had more than 21,000 followers.
for just that.
Oh my word. This thing sounds made up, dog.
Content, dog.
So yes, so what I'm trying to say is a lot of people don't understand that today you can pick anything and say, you know what, I'm gonna read about an ant and I'm gonna share content with people about an ant.
Yeah.
Whether you choose YouTube, TikTok, whatever you choose,
Yeah.
you'll make money from that at some point. True. You understand? So I just wanted to put it out there that for me, the reason why education is more relevant than ever before is because the one problem that education experienced before was that of isolation.
Yeah.
Isolation in a sense that, first of all, the funding part of education, when they give you 100,000, they say, this is for education. Like, NSFAS, you can't be taking NSFAS money for, no, it's for education. You can only, like, bro, they had IntelliCards. And IntelliCard, you can only buy at a university or you can buy at a Pick and Pay next to a university.
Yeah.
Because you can only use it for, like, grocery stuff. And you go into Tops, you can't buy with an IntelliCard, right? And it's money from NSFAS. So, where I'm going is, they've isolated this thing where if you get funding for it, you can't even change your mind, be like, no, man, why the hell should I take 150,000 and go to UJ? No, that money has been set for UJ, right? So that was the biggest problem with education before. The second biggest problem with education is that, okay, I've gotten the funding to go to UJ. When I come back after 3 years, after I've worked hard, I've got straight A's and whatever, it's not automatic that thing is going to work for me. You understand? Now, all of a sudden, I've got this degree and I still need to hustle my way with it, right? So, but
You still need to even bribe with it.
yes. But today, if you found yourself in a situation where you've got that degree, you don't necessarily maybe need to go out and get it for this specific purpose. No.
Yeah.
I'm saying, should you find yourself, especially because most of us, more than 10 million according to the stats essay, I think, most of us find ourselves with that degree, right? Or with that document. Having known that a picture is Oink had over 21,000 followers, wouldn't you just go ahead and start sharing that information about that degree, whatever you can remember from your 3 years? Wouldn't you just feel like, whoa, people just care about this? Like, people just want to know this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get my question. To say the thing, it ties back to the question of, to the thing of why, first of all, you said to me, share that content. I had shared a diversified type of content at that time.
Yeah.
So many content I had shared, so many things I had shared on my WhatsApp. It wasn't one thing.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
manufacturing what it was. But at some point you said, share that content.
But I think it was the first content that I saw.
Okay, was it the first content?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the first
all
one
right.
I saw.
But the point I was making was I shared just a bunch of things. You understand me?
Yeah, yeah.
And you just said, no, put that content on TikTok. The fact that it was the first content you saw.
If it's not the first, it means that I've been seeing your content and I was like, but these things deserve to be there. That's why I said your content is ready.
Yeah, so, but the point I'm making is, do you realize that you just looked at the content, it was consumable, and you made a decision that share it, and I went and shared it, answering my TikTok account, and I went and I shared it, and 3 months later we on 19,000 followers. So the thing of people always overthinking things, because I just want to talk to the thing where I just took your advice. You said share it. I went and shared it the following day.
Yeah.
3 months later, I'm here. And we even doing this thing where we think I'm, a bit relevant, and maybe people can come and want to hear what I have to say in a podcast.
Yeah.
Because of that TikTok account that you asking about, that short journey where I just went and shared the content that you thought was enjoyable, and then other people thought so. So, and I wasn't, having perfect backgrounds on my WhatsApp. But I just believed in myself. I just thought people are gonna.
They're gonna watch. But like I said, for me, it's not about the person's background or what. Actually everything is content. Even if the background is not the way you want it to be, for me that background is cool. For somebody else, that background is cool. When you change the background, me, I was like, man, you should have kept that old background. Man. These new things, man, they're not for you, man. Go back to the real content that you created. You see what I mean? So sometimes people want what? Okay.
No, we can take a break, man.
So you want to cut? No, it's cool. What I was saying. Now you stopped me. Now I don't know what I was saying.
Has it? Now I'm saying after an hour, I just want to blaze a J. Okay.
50. Oh yeah, I get you. He said it doesn't want to be long. Because now it's about 50 minutes. It's been a while since I've been here for the whole day. So like I was saying, everything looks cool to people. Even if you should, some people they can just shoot the content in the car all the time. They're in the car all the time. They're in the car talking. People still watch. They don't even care where you are. You can shoot in the bush. People still watch. Sometimes even the message that you are putting out there
is more important.
People just enjoy listening to people sometimes. That's why we have podcasts. People just enjoy listening. For me, when I listen to radio, I don't listen to commercial radio. I listen to talk because I love information. So on commercial radio, you'll be playing me music. I don't want to listen to music. I listen to talk. And I think there are only few talk radios in South Africa. Because with talk radio, you can listen from the morning until evening, no music.
You don't get bored.
You don't get bored. But
No, get away.
I don't get bored because I love information. So for you, you may listen, like, this radio thing is not the thing, man. Why are they not playing music here? Because I once introduced my brother one of the radio. I think it's Power. Power is a talk.
Yeah, but he's a German.
Yeah, I told him to listen to Power. Even today, that guy is addicted to Power now because of talk. I love talk. That's why I've even created podcasts because I love talk. But anyway, I can't talk.
So did that to a certain extent influence you saying share this content? The thing is, I don't even remember the video you had commented on, but Do you think you had heard me talk at that time other than in a Twitter space?
First time I heard you talking, I think I was hosting a Twitter space. It was during the day, and I even had to cut it because I think I was going to a doctor. So I was bored. I was in a car, but then I was like, hey, let me just go to Twitter to try this thing called Space. I hosted a space. Then I was thinking about getting someone to invest in my business and so on and so on. Then you engaged with me. Then I was like, this guy is meant for radio. If not something else, this guy is meant for radio. I think I once told you that you're gonna make money out of internet, not farming. You belong to. Have I ever told you that?
Yeah, no, you did mention it already.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
told
you
you that.
did, yeah.
You don't belong in farming. You belong in radio, TV, um, TikTok or YouTube. That's where you belong.
This man, I receive. Mara, this man is already mentioning a second biggest, 100,000 followers. Now I deserve TV. Yes, yes, my brother. Thank you,
But-
man.
Maybe that's where you should focus. Like,
But don't you think if that's the case, it will just happen? Like the way
no.
TikTok happened.
You know, there are some people in there who are born for something. You didn't push TikTok. Like, you didn't share people like follow me. Some people will say, guys, please follow my TikTok account or blah 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 blah. Please follow my YouTube. But some they're just like whatever they put it out there, it blows. So you are one of those that when you put it out there, what did it happen? It blows.
I honestly think I don't wanna I don't wanna.
So you're born
Just-
for it.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot. But I don't wanna bring it to myself too much. I want to share something, ne? And I feel like this is something I'll always share, ne, with people, ne? Guys, love is very important.
Yeah.
You understand me? Like, love is something you must prioritize everywhere. You understand me? And when I say love, I mean, yes, I'm sharing TikTok. I'm sharing content on TikTok, information. And of course, it may seem like, yes, people follow the account because of the information, which is true, partially. But I think we are also building a community of love. Like, from the first day I posted videos and how I try my best to engage comments, right? Is that we must have, if someone is going to be on the content maybe for 30 minutes, scrolling through it, they must just live there fulfilled. For me, that's the goal of it, that when you live there, you are just, right? Because you found Makwala who shared something that is, knowledge.
Yeah.
You found someone else. Other than me, forget me. You get, it's like we bring together a number of people that share information that, even if it wasn't of me personally knowing that, someone else would know that and come. So what I'm trying to say is, that is because of the love.
Yeah.
Now I share what I share with love because I love what I'm doing, and I also want other people to know that I love what I'm doing, and then I share what I know. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but the aim is always to engage, right? Conversation. Then people can see, can sense, can feel the love. They reciprocate. For me, that's it. So it doesn't, you may think 19,000 people come to follow you because you're the most knowledgeable. No. They come there because there's so much love they get. It may not always be directly from me, but in a video, there'll come 50 people that share love, and they get to harness some of that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, bro. For me, that's like, I think that's why that account will always, it will always, for me, it will always prosper, at least in my view, because I will never leave the part where love comes first, right? And I feel like, sort of for being lengthy, I feel like that's something that I want to encourage South Africans to do more often. Ubuntu. Ubuntu in South Africa is Ubuntu. Like, that's our thing, and that's the biggest weapon we've got. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
Ubuntu, where we share, right? That, like, one of the reasons why Kaspedi level is because we had farms, ample farms left and right, And if o tsena ka farmong ya ka o kgile something mona o tlo gore o bua gore ke a leboga gore o kgile. So it was, botho was a normal part of our living. You understand me?
Yeah.
Which is something that today we've neglected. In fact, it has become part of what he loves so much, paper. It has just, Ubuntu, you'll find it inside a piece of paper where they wrote about it there as part of Batupile principles.
Yeah.
Mara, then you come back and you look for it in the life, everyday living, it's not there. So I'm just trying to say, for me, that's how we bring it back. Because the thing here, is an old saying that shows you that we've always had both. We bring it back through, for example, the existence of a TikTok account like that,
Yeah.
but through even in your own shop, in your own farm. Give away a chicken for free if you can.
Yeah.
Make sure your community someone not la shorta, o shorta ka 15 randa. You say no, don't give me that money at all. Keep that 60 rands. I'll give you a chicken. At the mall. You understand? So that's all I'm trying. For me, that's the TikTok account embodies this thing. That's why it exists. That's why for me it is so important. That's why it will always, for me, keep growing, because I wish we can keep, sharing the love.
No, let's cut it there. You can talk the whole day. You can talk the whole night.
My brother, thank you so much, man. Listen, man. You drove over 100 kilometers to come here, and you didn't even think twice.
Nah, man.
And I want to clear more for someone who walks barefooted. Question is, Evan, now what are you here for? Like, really, what are you here for? That you thought was so important. So
Nah,
now
man.
just appreciate you thinking as
If-
an
if
energy
I had,
and matter.
if I had the money and everything, I'll do this every day. I'll travel every day. If I had the money, I'll do this every day. Like you said, my life requires money. So if I had the money,
No,
I'll
thanks
do
for your
this every
time,
day,
man.
man.
Thanks for your time, man. Like, really,
Yeah.
that's all thanks for your time. Brother, thanks.
Peace.
Thanks.